بەناوی خوای گەورە و میهرەبان. خۆشەویستان لە بەشی دووەم یونیت 7 word list 1 دێنە سەر چیرۆکەکە The Best Prince باشترین شازادە. King Minos was very sick. King Minos was very sick. His condition was getting worse. He had 3 sons. He loved them all. He had to announce who would become king. King Minos was very sick. King Minos زۆر نەخۆش بوو. His condition was getting worse. دەڵێ حالەتەکەی حالەتی نەخۆشەکەی was getting worse بەرەو خراپی دەچوو. He had 3 sons. 3 کوڕی هەبوو. He loved them all. هەموویانی خۆش دەویست. He had to announce who would become king. He had to announce who would become king. پێویست بوو ڕابگەێنێکەوە کامیان بکاتە پاشا. 2 of the princes stood waiting outside the king's room. دوو لە شازادەکان وەستا بوون چاوەڕێیان لە دەرەوە چاوەڕێیان دەکرد لە دەرەوەی ژووری پاشا. Thersites was the oldest and strongest. Thersites کەوا گەورەترینیان و بێسترینیان بوو. He thought his father would make him king. پێی وابوو کەوا باوکی ئەو وەکوو پاشا هەڵدەبشێری. Peleus, the second son, thought differently. Peleus کە کوڕی دووەمیان بوو بیرکردنەوەکانی جیاواز بوو لەو. He was an expert with weapons. ئەو لێهاتوو بوو خەبیر بوو لە چی لە چەک. He thought the king would choose him. پێی وابوو کەوا پاشا ئەو هەڵدەبشێری. When I'm king, Theseus told Peleus. Theseus بە پێلیەسی گوت کاتێک من پاشام when I'm king, I'll let you contribute to the defense of our country. You can lead the army. I'll let you contribute. من بەشداریت پێ دەکەم to the defense of our country بۆ بەرگریکردن لە وڵاتما. You can lead the army. تۆ دەتوانی سەرکردایەتی سوپا بکەی. I'll let you contribute. من تۆ دادەنێم تۆ دادەمەزرێنم contribute to the defense of our country. Peleus became angry. Peleus تووڕە بوو. Father knows I'm famous for my sword skills. گوتی باوکم دەزانێت کەوا من بەناوبانگم لە لێهاتووی شمشێر. He will make me king. ئەو دەمکاتە پاشا. You, Theseus yelled. Theseus هاواری کرد تۆ he won't choose you. ئەو تۆڵ نابژێری. The kingdom is mine. پاشایەتی هەر بۆمنا. Peleus claimed. Peleus ئیدعایەوەی دەکرد. Father will give it to me or I'll use force to take it. ئیدعایەوەی کرد کەوا Father will give it to me. گوتی باوکم دەیداتە من or I'll use force to take it. یاخود هێز بەکارگێنم بە هێزەوە وەری دەگرم. واتە بە خۆشیەگەنا بە زەبر. Theseus made a sudden move to take out his sword. Theseus لەناکاو made a sudden move جوولێکی کرد to take out his sword. شیرەکەی دەرێنا شمشێرەکەی دەرێنا. Then Peleus did the same. اینجا Peleus هەمان شتی کرد. Beating me will be a challenge. Beating me will be a challenge. لێدانی من ئەوە challenge ئەوە سەرکەوتنەکی گەورەیە ئەوە شتێکەوە تۆ نواندیت challenge. Theseus said, fight me now. ئێستا لەگەڵم شەڕ بکە. The winner gets the kingdom. براوە دەبتە بەدەستێنانی پاشایەتی. Peleus agreed. Peleus ڕازی بوو. King Minos could hear his sons fighting. The youngest son, Jason, stood beside him. King Minos could hear his sons fighting. گوێی لێ بوو کەوا کوڕەکانی بەشەڕ. The youngest son وە کوڕە بچووکەکەیان Jason stood beside him. لە تەنیشت پاشای لە تەنیشت باوکی وەستا بوو. He sensed his father's sadness. ئەو هەستی بە دڵتەنجی باوکی کرد. The king laid his hand flat on Jason's arm. King پاشا laid his hand دەستەکانی دەستی دانا flat دەستی بە شێوەی تەخت بە شێوەیەکی کراوە on Jason's arm لەسەر باسچی یا قۆڵی جیسن دانا. Your brothers fight too much. گوتی چی؟ گوتی براکان زۆر شەڕ دەکەن. The king told him, I must protect my kingdom from all harm. I must protect my kingdom from all harm. پێویستە من پاشایەتی بپارێزم لە هەموو ئێش و کێشە و ئاژاوێک. They will divide it between them. ئەوان دابەشی دەکەن لە نێوان خۆیان. The people won't know what to do. خەڵکی نازانن ئەو کاتە چی بکەن. There will be war. جەنگ ڕوو دەدات. I can't allow either of them to be king. من ناتوانم ڕێگەیان بە هیچیان بدەم، واتە بە دوو کوڕەکەی کە ببنە پاشا. Therefore, I'm making you king. بۆیە تۆ وەکو پاشا دادەنێم. تۆ دەکەمە پاشا. Your kindness has always made you special. ئەو میهرەبانیەی لە تۆدا هەیە هەمیشە تۆی کردووە بە پێشەنگ و تایبەت. It's the difference between you and your brothers. ئەمەش جیاوازی تۆ و براکانتە. You can bring peace. تۆ دەتوانی ئاشتی بەرهەمبێنی یا ئاشتی بێنی ببیە مای ئاشتی و ئاشتەوایی. They can بەڵام ئەوان ناتوانن. Then the king died. اینجا king مرد، پاشا مرد. Theseus and Peleus heard that their youngest brother was king. Theseus و Peleus گویان لێ بوو یا بیستیان کەوا براکەیان بوویتە پاشا. They were surprised. ئەوان سەریان سوورمە. They realized that their fighting was wrong. ئەوان دەرچیان بەوە کرد کەوا زانیان کەوا شەڕەکەیان غەڵەت بووە. It had kept them from saying goodbye to their father. تەنانەت had kept them from saying goodbye to their father. نەیانتوانی کەوا خواحافیزش لە باوکیان بکەن. They agreed to have Jason as their king. They agreed, رازی بوون کەوا جیسن پاشایان بێت. It was the best choice. ئەویان باشترین هەڵبژاردە بوو. Okay, ئەوە باسی the best prince چیرۆکەکە بوو، جارشکە دەیخوێنمەوە. The king Minos was very sick. His condition was getting worse. He had 3 sons. He loved them all. Yet he announced he would become king. 2 of the princes stood waiting outside the king's room. Theseus was the oldest and strongest. He thought his father would make him king. Peleus, the second son, thought differently. He was an expert with weapons. He thought the king would choose him. When I'm king, Theseus told Peleus, I'll let you contribute to the defense of our country. You can lead the army. Peleus became angry. Father knows I'm famous for my sword skills. He'll make me king. You, Theseus yelled, he won't choose you. The kingdom is mine, Peleus claimed. Father will give it to me. I'll use force to take it. Theseus made a sudden move to take out his sword. Then Peleus did the same. Beating me will be challenged. Theseus said, fight me now. The winner gets the kingdom. Peleus agreed. King Minos could hear his sons fighting. The youngest son Jason stood beside him. He sensed his father's sadness. The king laid his hand flat on Jason's arm. Your brothers fight too much, the king told him. I must protect my kingdom from all harm. They will divide it between them. The people won't know what to do. There will be war. I can't allow either of them to be king. Therefore, I'm making you king. Your kindness has always made you special. It's the difference between you and your brothers. You can bring peace, they can't. Then the king died. Theseus and Peleus heard that their youngest brother was king. They were surprised. They realized that their fighting was wrong and had kept them from saying goodbye to their father. They agreed to have Jason as their king. It was the best choice. Okay, now we come to the answer the questions. وەڵامی پرسیارەکان. What's this story about? ئەم چیرۆکە باسی چی دەکات? What is this story about? ئایا باسی a sudden fight between kings? جەنگێکی لە ناکاو، شەڕێکی لە ناکاو لە نێوان پاشاکان؟ A kind prince who got a kingdom? شازادەیەکی میهرەبان پاشایەتی بەدەستێنە. An expert sister and a famous king? خوشکێکی خەبیر و پاشایەکی بەناوبان. The challenge to divide a kingdom. Challenge بۆ بەشبەشکردنی پاشایەتی. طبعا a kind prince who got a kingdom. شازادەیەکی میهرەبان کەوا پاشایەتی بەدەستێن. What did the king need to protect the kingdom from? دەڵێ پاشا پێویستی بەچی بوو کەوا بیپارێزی پاشایەتیەکەی پارێزی لەو شتە. The fighting between the two princes, the harm caused by sudden fires, the difference between the three brothers, the poor condition of the king's army. ویستی پاشایەتێکە پارێزی لەوەی the fighting between the two princes. ئەو شەڕەی لە نێوان دوو شازادە گەورەکە ڕووی. What was probably true of Jason in his story? چ شتێک ڕاست بوو؟ What was probably ڕەنگە ڕاست بێ of Jason in his story سەبار بە Jason لە چڕۆکە. He wanted to bring peace to the kingdom. The challenge of being king was too much for him. He wanted Ham to come to his brothers. He hoped to divide the kingdom. He wanted to bring peace to the kingdom. ویستی ئاشتەوایی بینی بۆ پاشایەتێک. What was the difference between Jason and his brothers? جیاوازی نێوان Jason و برایەکانی چ بوون؟ He was an expert with weapons. He was older and stronger. He made more sense. He had always been kind. He's always been kind. He had always been kind. کەسێکی زۆر میهرەبان. What did the king have to announce? پێویست بوو بڕیاری چی بدا پاشا? He would have to announce who would become king. پێویست بوو بڕیاری وە بدا کەوا ڕابگەیەنێ کەوا چێ ببتە پاشا بە هیوای سەرکەوتن.